Trade recap, Boeing, October 6th. And now just to get into what I've currently done up to this point, because on this day, right now, prior to the Boeing trade, I ended up taking 2 trades on NVIDIA. And you can see in the trades log, I tried NVIDIA long twice. So there are days where I talk about, taking the trade, not going in my favor relatively quick, especially when it's a crazy mover like NVIDIA. If I can get a quick little move and then it pulls back, I just get out. I take break-even trades all the time. And a lot of times, if I just kind of hold out and let things play out for a few more minutes, those end up going in my favor. But just my style, to avoid making bad decisions, I get out of the trade pretty quick. So I'm up $65 on the day. Now, just to get into the Boeing trade recap, give a little context to where it was on the chart. So Boeing caught momentum. This thing has had a nice move on the daily. And when a stock catches momentum, I'm usually trading it. That's a main focus for me for as long as it stays in play. I usually focus to the long side just because that's what I'm better at doing. So as long as it's in play, I'll trade it. But just to go focus on some of the levels. So the green line on my chart, 170, 276. It was a prior pivot on the daily from 2 days ago. I'm a big fan of trading around pivots, especially if those candles are red. So that way I think that if it can get above those, some shorts are trapped, it can cause some sort of momentum pop. And then also the pre-market high was 173. It was 23, but I have 24 because my interactive brokers horizontal lines can sometimes be a penny off. And now go right into what's going on. I'm interested in long. I didn't see a clean setup off the open. So I just waited. I'm waiting for a clean setup. I prefer to not be involved in trades really quick off the open. Something like this is what I really look for. And you can see on the chart, it is clearly set in opening range. The high of day is 174 and the low is right around 172. The reason why I like this a lot is because when it can dip below VWAP, if there are people who tried to short it, especially at this double bottom right here, I always try to think about where others are positioned. If people went for the gap fill on Boeing, once it reclaims VWAP, that's where I'm interested in that. VWAP reclaim, high day squeeze, creates a nice opening range. And if it can break it, I think there's some momentum. So as you can see, I have these 175 calls preloaded. I'm trading 10 because they're inexpensive. And I feel more comfortable trading more size on a stock like Boeing than I do Tesla. And the spreads are tight. And as it approaches 174, I'm thinking, if we can break 174, I think that this has a shot to move. How far? I don't know. But once again, just that momentum pop, when things start to speed up, I want to consider getting out of the trade. And when looking left on the chart, there was what looked like to be some room up to 175. So reclaim VWAP, it's approaching high a day. High day squeeze is what I really like. Mouse on the buy button. And I bought right there, just before 174, whole numbers, big areas of liquidity. If they can get through it, that's usually where some momentum pops can happen. Align it with clearing the daily pivot, pre-market highs, and high of day on intraday at 174.02. A lot of things lining up. So I gave it a shot right around 173.90s, and I got a really good fill. So now let's see what happens after. Tape speeds up, 174.20s, a little bit of size at 30 through 30, a little bit of size flashing at 40. And I just want to see it get through it. Any offers that are there just get eaten up through 40. Some offers at 174.50, the half and whole numbers usually have a lot of liquidity through 174.50, a little bit of size at 58. And I just want to keep seeing these offers getting chewed through. If it can get chewed through, and I took 8 off right there. So I took 8 because I want to take those profits when I get a quick move. And I did something I normally don't do, which is just try to leave a little piece because I wanted to see if this could get to 175. So I took 8 off, partialed out, and just watching the offers. So I just want to see the offers continuously keep stepping up because if there's people who are going to be involved in this, maybe they're market ordering in, and I want to just see people keep paying up, and I want to see the speed of that go. So I ended up taking 8 off into that fast move. Took 1 off there just because it pulled in a bit, and I'm holding only 1. Trying to work on partialing a little bit, so figured I'd give this a shot. 174.50, a little bit of size. Want to see it get through it. And it slows down a bit here. So this is that area where, okay, tape started to slow down a bit. And I even draw a line there. If it holds 174, which was just the prior resistance, now should become support, it should hold that. And what I'm doing is this is how I manage the position. I am now looking at the option contract price. I got in at 311. They're currently trading at 350. My stop is break even. I'm in the driver's seat. I want break even to be my stop now. It got one through 74.50s, 60s, 70s, 78s, has some size through it, 80s, 90s, tape really starting to speed up. And now what I'm trying to do is I even marked 175 resistance on the chart. I want to try to hold out and have it get there. And as this thing continuously moves higher, I use a prior pivot low as stop. So the low of that red candle in between those two green candles would be where I would get out. So that way it's a win. It just may not be a big win for the last piece. And then now what I want to see is I want to see this get up to 175 and what happens there. And then that's where I'll make a quick decision. Go through it quick. I will get out of the trade because there was definitely some resistance at 175 just looking left on the daily. So still holding up, 90, a little bit of size. Just want to see those offers continuously keep getting taken out. Because if other people are interested and they're market ordering in, they're going to be taking away that liquidity. Couldn't hold it. All right, 175, 175, 10, 179, 175, 20s, 30s, speed up, and I got out of the trade. I got out of the trade because I know that 175 is resistance. Sometimes stocks can pop through resistance and then come right back below it. So just knowing that that was a big area where there was a lot of price action to the left and it had a nice move from the low a day right around 172, that was a nice move higher. And I got the meat of the move. Not trying to get, pick tops and pick bottoms, just getting the meat of the move and scalping it. And there are plenty times where I miss a lot more of the move. But at the end of the day, like I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, I'm a scalper. I just want to be able to take those quick moves. And especially on stocks like Boeing, if I can get a quick $1, $1.50, $2, I will just take that move. Because as you can see, looking at the P&L, I couldn't get a lot going on the day. I took a couple flat trades on NVIDIA, which overall I'm happy about because when NVIDIA can go against me, that's where 2-3 point losses can happen really quick. And before you know it, I'm trading 250 shares. I'm down like $500-600 on the day. So when it goes in my favor, just if it pulls back in, get out real quick. Waited for a nice opening range break setup on Boeing that has recently caught momentum. So when it breaks high a day, the belief that it's going to follow through. And when I scalp that move, especially with a decent amount of size in options, which is 10, that's my full size. If I don't feel amazing about something, I'll usually go 5. If I'm trading a Tesla, I'll trade 5 just because it's crazy. And then check out the P&L. $475 on that quick scalp move. That's an amazing trade and a pretty awesome amount of money to be able to make in one day. And then that was it. I called it a day. Every now and then I can overtrade, but usually my sweet spot is anywhere from 1 to about 3. If I can take 1 to 3 trades every single day and focus on good setups, that's usually when I have my best performance. Any more than that, and it can start to get crazy and I can start to overtrade, and then that's where I get into trouble. So that was it. That was the trade recap on Boeing. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.